Nike unveils the CC brand. Welcome to the CC Fieldhouse. The Indiana beat the Seattle Storm, played special basketball, took them down, and made it look easy 95-75. Stephanie White, you've got a new toy to play with. It's called Defense Wins Championships. We'll talk about that and more today on the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. Folks, I'll tell you this, the CC Fieldhouse, the rollout of Nike going to the Indiana Fever Stadium and having an opportunity to see Nike roll out the CC International Global Icon brand. What a sight to see, folks. And you talk about a rollout where every fan gets a T-shirt of the CC brand. Normally, you'll see that during the playoffs, so you may get that on opening night. But this is a full-fledged, we're all in. It's time to take the poker chips and push them all in for Caitlin Clark. And that's what's happening. And really, here's the funny part about it, folks. The demand is so high that Caitlin doesn't even have to play a game. Now, I know the Indiana Fever fans don't want to hear that, but that CC brand, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach decides they're going to come out with a CC line brand, right? They're going to have their own line for Caitlin Clark. I wouldn't be surprised what Wilson's going to do. I won't be surprised what NBA or WNBA gear does. The CC brand travels. Corporate enterprise business dream, a business model dream, right? Because you're talking Titan business, and Nike is going full throttle, all in. And you got to look at it. You're talking about a partnership, a conglomerate that everybody's kicking in about $1 billion, right? Because you got to retool, you got to process. There's a lot of things that have to go into marketing a brand. And for those of you who are watching or you have your grandchildren are watching it, I really want you to watch this one very closely. Because I have a lot of times I communicate with friends and their directors or vice presidents of divisions. But when you look at it from the perspective of the entire WNBA, that's where you have to look at that. And that's where AT&T looks at it from. We're looking at the whole enchilada. So when I meet with CEOs, we got to look at the whole enchilada and what can be done. Now they've dropped the bomb. The CC brand is never, ever been seen before. This one's going to be good. Let's get back to the game. The Indiana Fever won the game last night, and they played it with a good game and a good sound mind, and they looked like a team that came prepared to play basketball. What do I mean by that? The Indiana Fever jumped on them. Ain't no doubt about it. You got them 95-75. You took them down 26-20 in the first, 24-19 in the second, 24-17 in the third, and 21-19 going in there in the fourth. Now, folks, let me tell you the value of doing it that way. You take the game, you take the lead, and you control it, right? So the Indiana Fever decided to play as one unit to start. No individual play. We're all one unit. And on defense, we play on a string. When you do something like that, folks, you produce results that will surprise you. And I can tell you this, it surprised Stephanie White, because here's what you did, Coach White. When you get everybody playing defense, then you're going to get a Natasha Howard's going to hit the board at a plus 29, right? Doesn't matter if you score or not. We're stopping people from scoring. Aaliyah Boston, 27 points, plus 27. You're coming in here, Odyssey Sims, 22 points, a plus 30. Kelsey Mitchell, 21 points, plus 18. And my favorite, the hard worker, the bulldog of them all, Lexie Ho, plus 31. See, this game of basketball, they got it confused. And when you get the game of basketball confused, people really believe that points are going to dictate the outcome. And the Indiana Fever have been truly blessed to sign free agents better than the talent that they have. I mean, you got an opening that you can do some things. Now, here's where Stephanie Knight, I mean, obviously we'll go back. I know what changed there. But now Stephanie White's got to put her concentration back on the bench, guys. And when you put the concentration back on the bench, now you got to figure out how you're going to get your bench going. Because let's take a look at the bench. Dante got you 13 minutes, right? Got 4 points, but a -7. Brianna Turner comes in there, 11, coming in there, getting 18 minutes, right? You got 1 of 3, but comes out a -9 and 4 points. Timpson comes in there again, gets you 2 points, -7. Shea Petty got bopped in the head, -10, right? And you got Aerial Powers comes in there at a -2, but plays 20 minutes. I really like Aerial Powers. That one's going to work right there for the Indiana Fever. Ain't no doubt about it. But that's where the Indiana Fever got to make the move. They're going to have to clean that bench up because now you got to understand something, folks, about the Indiana Fever. Let's get beyond winning the game 95-75. The WNBA officials are soon to get a mandate upon if Caitlin Clark returns, and I got a feeling that's going to all get rolled out. Nike rolled out a pretty big CC package, and they're looking for the action to come back on that, and Caitlin's going to deliver that for them. But here's the thing. When you get a defense and you're moving the ball, your bench, the players coming in, they've got to play defense too. Now, here's what you got. The Indiana Fever, all the players were minus coming in off the bench. That normally doesn't happen. Starters gave the effort, they gave good balance, and they worked extremely hard. Now you've got to be able to build that unit together as a team because, folks, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many points you get. Like I told you earlier, the Indiana Fever do not need to practice offense. The Indiana Fever will win if they just solely practice defense each and every day, and they get better at it. You saw the triangle come out of the Fever. The Fever, like I say, folks, I don't have a gatekeeper, so when I speak, I'm going to be speaking pretty directly. The organization's going to understand. The players are going to understand. Natasha Howard really rebounded. I mean, Howard came back and put on a show. And you got to reward people for that because it's not always going to be the show in the box score that's going to make it. But what I like about Howard is Howard goes 22 minutes. That's about right. Howard can go 20 minutes a game, give her a blow, right? She goes 2 or 4. 0-0 at three-point line. Should take a couple threes. She can knock them down, just not taking them. 2 or 3 at the line. Gets 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and a plus 29. That's basketball, folks. Odyssey Sims, short-lived with the team, plus 30. That's basketball, folks. You put that in perspective, and then you get back to it. And here's where the view changes. And if you're the lead dog, the view never changes. The Indiana Fever. Stephanie White, what changed? Defense changed. You built from the defense. If Stephanie White could get away from the offense, focus just on defense, you got so much offense on this team. You don't need any more. The weakness is the defense. For the first time in 2 years, the Fever beat a team from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. And that came through the defense because they were switching. They were talking. Mitchell was filling those spots. They understand now. Understand we play defense above the three-point line. There's no doubt about that. But when we're opposite, we're on the weak, we're off ball, right? We got to get in and out of that key. We can't get a defensive 3 seconds, but we're off the ball prepared to stop. The Indiana Fever, Stephanie White, defense was reading offense last night. And when you read that offense, folks, it get easy. You remember, you got to have your triangle. That's going to get easier. And your defensive rotations that take you home. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. I got a feeling Indiana's going to the playoffs. I'm going to tell you now. And CC's coming back. I got a feeling Clark's coming back. Put everybody on notice. WNBA officials, you thought the Paige Bueckers treatment was too much. You won't be able to touch Caitlin from this point on, and Caitlin Clark will shoot a lot of free throws. Indiana Fever go downhill. They can live at the line, and they can dominate the game. Now, of course, you got Seattle. I mean, that's an Indy story. I mean, Coach Noel and the coaching staff, I mean, you got a 6'6" player sticking her hand up in the post, should be shooting threes and dribble and bring the ball up. I mean, that organization there has been under investigation so long they've forgotten how to play basketball. That's not the Indiana Fever's problem. The Indiana Fever won the game, 95-75. Took it down, CC. Nike, what a rollout. That's the strongest brand, and that brand is going to travel international and throughout the United States. And the Indiana Fever starters took care of it, played an end-to-end game from beginning to the end, dominated the Seattle Storm, and Stephanie White's got a new toy. Defense, defense, defense. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. All things are possible to those who believe. Welcome to the CC Fieldhouse, and welcome to the Indiana Fever defense. We'll see how it ends. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.